So after a quite frankly disappointing night 1 of WrestleMania and an equally disappointing night 2 main event of WrestleMania, tonight I think this overall show, the Raw After Mania, officially kind of felt like a Raw After Mania, and we got some, many surprises here, a lot of returns, a lot of debuts, some turns, some title changes here on this Raw After Mania, because coming out of last night's main event, a lot of people were really sour on number one, that match, but number two, also the entire WrestleMania sort of event as a whole, because a lot of people felt really underwhelmed. They expected, obviously more, but we didn't get more. Tonight was their sort of go around to try to make good here tonight. And quite frankly, I think they were obligated to give us something better than what they gave us on night 1 and that main event of night 2. And we kicked off the show with John Cena. John Cena kicked off the show. This promo was essentially him again talking shit to the fans. He mentioned how Cody Rhodes, how everybody last year was super on his side, yet this year everybody turned on him and were booing him when he was like the best sort of option for them, for Cena not to ruin wrestling, right? Their whole entire history depended on this guy, right? And we didn't see Cody tonight. We did not even see The Rock tonight. We didn't hear a thing from The Rock here tonight, again, which I find very, very stupid in general. But John Cena mentioned how at the beginning of this entire year, he had 36 dates to this entire sort of retirement tour that he announced, right? The farewell tour. And he mentioned, every single date that he's been on. And now I think he's down to 27. And he said that literally he doesn't have to wrestle a single match. He said he could literally come here and do what he's doing currently, which is just giving us a simple promo, and that counts as an appearance. He said, and once those dates go down to 0, that's when the entire, record of history for wrestling ends, with him as the last true world champion. And for the people here, I'm gonna give you the benefit of the flash photography here, so you could take a picture of what the true last world champion is. And as soon as he turns around, Randy Orton RKO's him, and before he RKO's him, John Cena mouths into the microphone. He says, "Oh shit," and Randy Orton RKO's him. So like I said, like we kind of mentioned before, Randy Orton against John Cena for the WWE Championship at Backlash in Randy Orton's hometown of St. Louis, Missouri. I think this is going to be, I think the build should be fine. The match, I'm kind of not, super sold on it, because, what we saw last night and what we've seen from the past 5 years of Cena really doesn't, help my case as far as this match actually delivering. I think the build obviously should be great. Randy Orton did say a few weeks ago that he wanted that WWE Championship, that he was going to either challenge Cody or challenge Cena, whoever was the champion afterwards. And again, this is why Randy got the win last night at WrestleMania, so he can go in strong against John Cena. So officially, it's now John Cena against Randy Orton. We also had the Women's Tag Team Championships being defended here once again between Liv and Raquel against the new Tag Team Champions, Lyra Valkyria and a returning Becky Lynch. Now, to my surprise, Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria actually ended up losing the tag team titles here after a day reign back to the original champions, Liv and Raquel. After this, there's a moment where Becky Lynch turns on Lyra Valkyria, turning on her, giving her the manhandle slam or whatever. And officially, Becky Lynch is a heel as she turns on Lyra Valkyria. I think, the way they did this, it literally kind of just felt forced, because they literally just won the tag titles last night, and now they lost it tonight. There's no room to breathe, because all of a sudden the turn happens and now you gotta roll with the punches. I think eventually, this was going to happen, but I think eventually you could have told the story a lot more fluently, right? It's like when Triple H turned on Randy Orton after SummerSlam in 2004 with no build or no hype. Like, I think obviously Becky is going to serve as Lyra's sort of coming out party, because Lyra and that whole Intercontinental Championship division thing, that's kind of dead in the water, so they need something like a Becky Lynch heel turn to spice it up and to help out Lyra. But again, I thought it was really weird, unnatural, so to speak. We got the return of Rusev here. Rusev was rumored to be returning around WrestleMania, maybe after WrestleMania. He came out here and attacked the Alpha Academy, particularly Otis. He put him in the Accolade. And, you know, number one, Rusev looks fucking phenomenal. This guy, he's jacked, he's cut. This guy looks fucking amazing. And, you know, it's obviously good to see Rusev once again. He's a very, you know, charismatic dude. I wonder what they do with him, though. Like, does he, you know, is he in the tag team division with, you know, somebody else? Is he going after the IC title? I don't know where he fits in into the current landscape of WWE, but it's always fun to see him. We also had the women's world champion Io Sky came out here. She, you know, told us how at WrestleMania this was, you know, the biggest moment of her entire career. She gets interrupted, however, by the NXT women's champion Stephanie Vaquer. I am, you know, kind of briefly aware of her. I'm not super familiar with her, but I've heard, you know, nothing but good things about her. She challenged Io Sky to a match here. Everybody wanted it. Adam Pearce came out here, and I thought they were going to kind of blue ball us into, you know, this match not happening. But this match did happen. This was a fantastic match between both women. It was interrupted, however, by Roxanne Perez and Julia. They came out here and interrupted this match. And then Rhea Ripley came out here to aid and protect both Io and Stephanie. Then Rhea kind of motioned at sort of still wanting to reclaim her world championship. So it might be Rhea and Io at Backlash. Who knows? But yeah, I thought this was a tremendous match by both women. We had a Jey Uso title celebration here where he came out, he yeeted with the entire crowd. But what was really interesting was Sami Zayn came out here. Sami Zayn, after not being seen ever since the Elimination Chamber, he came out here and he told Jey Uso how proud of him he was. He told him, like, hey man, I'm proud of you. You're my dog. I wanted to be here at Vegas because I wanted to be the first person to congratulate you. And, you know, all of this time goes by and I am so, I think, jaded. My wrestling, you know, head, my wrestling mind is so jaded that at this point in time, I'm literally just waiting for the turn by Sami against Jey. I'm like, you know what, we've gotten a lot of turns in the last week and the last months. Even tonight we got some turns, so I'm like, I'm just waiting for the turn to happen with Sami just clocking Jey and that being his first title defense. But to my surprise, that didn't happen. Sami Zayn and Jey Uso kind of came out here and just celebrated. We did get to see Gunther as well. Gunther came out here after, you know, Pat McAfee and Michael Cole were kind of celebrating the fact that Jey Uso's the champion now, that Gunther tapped out. Gunther came out here and confronted both men, and he wanted to put Michael Cole on the sleeper hold, but Pat McAfee intervened. He got the brunt of it. He got a sleeper hold locked in on him. He choked him out. And I literally told myself, I was like, hey man, Gunther at this point choking out Pat McAfee literally turned him into the biggest babyface of all time. But yeah, this was the sort of thing that they ran with tonight. They wanted to make Gunther look like this, you know, on edge, this whole new demeanor and persona. I don't know what this leads to. I don't know if this leads to a Gunther Pat McAfee match. If that does lead to that, they need to absolutely destroy Pat McAfee and send him on his way, you know, for whatever he does, his NFL game day or whatever it may be. We also had a IC title match here tonight between Dominic Mysterio and Penta with the returning JD McDonough. JD McDonough helped Dominic Mysterio get the win here tonight against Penta. And lastly, we got the sort of, you know, reveal of Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman aligned together. Seth Rollins here really didn't say much as far as, you know, why he aligned with Heyman. He just came out here. He said that he stole a wise man from Roman Reigns. He stole a best friend from CM Punk. He is the true WrestleMania main event winner. CM Punk then comes out here, he tapes his fist, he comes out here trying to look for a fight against Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins then stomps CM Punk. Then Roman Reigns' music comes out. And I kind of actually was taken aback because I didn't think we were going to see Roman Reigns on this particular episode of Raw. But he was out here. He came out here looking to get some revenge on Seth Rollins. He hit him with the spear. He hit Heyman with the Superman punch. It looks like he's going for the spear. He does his ooh-wah in the corner when a hooded figure comes out of nowhere and spears him. That being Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker puts the attack to Roman Reigns, puts him through the barricade, leaves both Punk and Roman laid out, and the last visual you see is Paul Heyman standing side by side with Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. This new sort of faction, this new dangerous alliance going forward. I fully suspect that Paul Heyman will add possibly a last member or a couple next members for this faction, because so far we have these two men. And honestly, when you think about it, Braun Breaker is the perfect, Paul Heyman guy. Ever since, that NXT sort of appearance that Heyman and Braun had a few years ago, they obviously wanted to do something with both of these men, Heyman and Breaker. And that's how we end the show. A fantastic show. I thought this show utterly really kicked night one's ass. And if you really want to go a step further, kick night two's ass as well. Definitely kick night two's main event right in the ass. I sincerely hope I am not forgetting a single thing. I jotted down notes. I may be forgetting one or two things. I'm sorry if I did. It's been a long week of wrestling. It's been a long week of wrestling, WWE content. So forgive me for that. But let me know what you guys think down below of the official Raw After Mania show here tonight. Let me know your thoughts and your reactions to everything down below. And until next time, take care. And I will see all of you next time.